Hello, Smith Family Ranch. How are you this afternoon? Oh, I knew this was going to happen. I've got to run and get the dog. Hang on a second. Sorry. Oh, I am so sorry. Wow. I tried to get her to come in want to go, and she didn't want no part of that. So, of course, as soon as I get on a live stream, she starts to bark. Well, thank you for stopping. I hope you have a nice day at work. Yeah, I do love dogs. Although the one across the street tried to bite me today when I went on my walk. So that one I'm not so much. What kind of work do you do? Hey, Patty, how's it going? That's okay. I know how that is. I chase them all week long. I just happen to have Mondays off sometimes. This is their nap time, thank God. Oh, you're a hairstylist. So am I. I'm a retired hairstylist, though. I miss working. I miss it bad. I'm thinking about going back to work part time. Yes, I love nap time too. I like it when they first get up too, because they're so slow and lovable and they want to cuddle and oh, my favorite. My only fear about going back to work is my hands. I'm allergic to latex, and in the beauty field everything has latex in it. So I had a really rough time and was on prednisone for 6 solid years at 40 milligrams a day just so I could work. So I don't know if it would cause me problems or grief now or not. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to having some income. Hi Tricia, how are you? Yeah, that it was crazy. Well, Mac, I loved what I did. I love doing hair. In fact, I still do my family's hair and some very close friends' hair um, for them. I'm glad to hear that, Tricia. Um, I had such a beautiful Sunday. I mean, it was absolutely gorgeous with my daughter and her birthday and going to church and just having a fantastic time, guys. And last week was really great too. David took me on a date on Friday to a bee class because we want to raise bees. And We want to learn all that we can about them before we start raising them. Okay, I'll see you next time, Smith Family Ranch. So we want to learn all that we can about the bees, and thanks for the thumbs up, guys, too. So he decided to take me to a class. It's a little bit warm in here, so I'm going to open the front door. Well, sorry, guys. Yeah, it's warm here. It's 80 degrees today. It said 79 earlier, and I think it's 80 now. 80 degrees. Yuck, huh? Well, you guys are probably cold, so you're all probably saying, oh! So anyways, back to the bees. So Friday, he took me on a date, and we went to the bee class, and then he took me out to dinner, and it was really, really super cool. We haven't been out to dinner in a long, long time. So, and I got to get my craving on. I got some shrimp, and where we went, I absolutely love their fried okra. And it was fantastic. I mean, fantastic. So I ate the okra, got off my diet, but this is my diet today, guys. This is what we're having today. It is yogurt and toasted pecans and almonds together, and Rainer cherries and blueberries and raisins today. And it's very, very good. Just letting it warm up a little bit because the Rainer cherries and the blueberries are frozen. I want to show you this. This is how I do this. I got a deal on Rainer cherries from the produce place. I got a whole bag of them for $1. So what I do is I slice them in half and take out the seeds and wash them and everything first, of course. And I take out the seeds and I put them in these little teeny things, and I freeze them. Then I can take out what I need. And blueberries, I do the same thing with these little things. I got these at the Dollar Tree when before school. And that's how I keep my blueberries. And they're hard, yes, but they come out so fantastic in the things that I make, and I really, really love them. I like them frozen. So that's how I do those. I've learned that on this new way of eating that I have to change the way that I am moving my food through the house, because I have to move it in smaller containers. So I bought a whole bunch of those containers when school was going back, because they have those for the kids for their snacks, for their lunches. So that's what's on today. And I absolutely love it. So what are y'all having for lunch? And I love toasting the nuts because it gives it a total different flavor. It's more, I don't know, wholesome. You stay. It's only the mailman. She's a good girl. Stay. No. No. Stop. Stop. No. Stop it. I said no. Good girl. Come here. Good girl. Mama loves you. You're a good girl. Anyways, sorry the mailman came. Tell Mac I said, hey, Patty. So I had a few things that I wanted to talk about today. Those of y'all who know Christy Betts, she's one of my subscribers and a subscriber to very many other channels. Her sister Cindy is in the hospital. They do love the mailman. And I just got an update on Cindy. She said that she's doing a little bit better. And she's basically running a fever. And she's got some infection in one of her arms. Thanks, Mac. They really didn't think she was going to make it through the other night. And I believe she's back in ICU, so keep her in your prayers. And I guess there's a nurse that being real sarcastic and stuff with her. So pray for Christy, because I've had to deal with that, and it is not something that's easy to deal with when you've got somebody that you love so much in pain and in that kind of shape. So please keep her in your prayers. Let's see here. Where's my notes? That is so weird. Why won't it open the note? I don't get it. My phone's not working right. It's saying it's like empty when I try to open it. Oh well. Wow. I didn't know that. Yes, I remember Amber. I haven't met her personally. I was hoping to meet her at the picnic, but she didn't. She was sick, so wow, what is he in the hospital for? Also want you to keep Holland um, from Higgs Rock Farm in your prayers. He's been having a really rough time ever since he got mauled by that deer, and he's got Lyme disease, and he's really, really having a rough time of it. So please keep him in your prayers too. Wow. When did this happen, Patty? Because I didn't hear anything about it yet. Okay. Well, Teresa must be really busy today because she hasn't joined us. Um, Pray for her mom. She's having a rough time with her mom too. It's just crazy, crazy what's been going on around here. Um, I wanted to get the right name. That's why I wanted to open up this, but it's not opening right. Anyways, there's a lady named Brooke. It's James' friend. I don't know um, how she's doing. I haven't uh, talked to James in the last few days, but I'm going to ask him to. She's in a coma, and I don't know how the outcome of that came. So if you could say a prayer for her too. But like I said, a lot of crazy stuff going on. So once we get these many folks hurting, going through rough times. Yeah. Hey, Patty, have you heard anything else about Tracy? I haven't heard anything other than that she got to come home. Is she totally recovered, or does anybody know? Okay. Well, hope she's doing good. We still haven't found any property yet. Um, Still looking around. Don't know how that's going to work out. But we're really excited. Hopefully, we can find something. And we're not opposed to staying here in Florida, but we're still going to have a house here in Florida. But we also could buy land here, but there is just really hard to find land here with what we want. Sorry, guys. Um, Yes, they are. I hope they are able to get going really quickly. I just don't want to leave all my beautiful trees and plants. I love my place here. It's just not big enough. And I'm in the city and I want to be out in the country. Heck, if I could move this out into the country, I would do it in a heartbeat. So, last week's topic, I don't know, I can't remember. Were you here last week? Yes, it is hard for change. Um, it was really difficult on us when we moved into this house because the house prior to this house we rented for over 11 years. And you can accumulate a lot of crap. Well, I have lived in this house for 21 years, I think, 22, something like that. And I have I've double accumulated a lot of crap. So I have to downsize everything because what I eventually want to do is I want to rent this house out because um, unless we find some property that we can grow the fruit trees and stuff like that we do here, we'll probably just rent this out and use this as a home to come to part of the year and rent it while we're gone. Yeah, it's I don't understand how I accumulate so much crap, but or I didn't understand until I realized, okay, every time my mom goes to throw something away, it comes to Cathy. Every time every time anybody needs to get rid of something, it comes to me and then I've got to do something. Yeah, it just piles up or whatever. So I've got to get rid of it. And I hate throwing things away that are perfectly good. So it's so funny. The other day, my mom gave this great big huge box. Now she's been saving this ever since my dad passed away. They did have two garage sales and couldn't do nothing with them. All of my dad's shirts and pants and stuff like that. No, David won't sell his place. Probably he might. I don't know. He gets the right thing, but he's convinced that he's sitting on a gold mine because the college is right there and they're going to expand and all this other crap. I say high hopes. I can't imagine that area ever being worth that much money. Anyways, um, so my mom gave me this big, huge box, and it had one pair of her pants in it, I think, and a whole bunch of dad's shirts and a couple pairs of pants. And there was a fellow and his wife that I said stopped and talked to. I'm a talker, guys. If you haven't figured that out, um, at Tractor Supply. So we were discussing birds and everything, and our roosters, and how I was fixing to call my roosters, and um, because Alora was really upset because they had flogged her. So on the way out the door, my mom had just given me this box, and I'm like, "Sir, please don't think me weird or anything about this, but do you ever wear button-up shirts?" He's like, Yeah. And I said, uh, would you think, would you be open to me giving you some shirts that would probably fit you? Because he looked like he was about my dad's size. And he said, sure. I said, well, I have them in my car. Um, when you go outside, don't leave right away, and I'll bring them over to you. Because I was behind him. They were paying. And so I gave them this great big huge box. And anyways, in the whole realm of things, not only did I bless him, but he said to me, "What I can't use, my wife works in uh, uh, like a nursing home," and he said, "Those people will absolutely love these clothes if I can't wear them, or if I can't use them." I said, "Fantastic." So my mom she had just had it with them and she didn't know what to do with them and she gave them to me. Hopefully I would have a garage sale or something. Hey Pete, how you doing? We've been praying for you, honey. I hope you're doing good today. Um so I was able to give those clothes away and that made me super super happy. Fantastic. Glad to hear that. So, um I am so overjoyed with the thought of having bees because I don't. And let me show you. I was coming home today, and I was totally blown away with the. Look at all the blooms that are on my mango tree. That my mango tree looks like this all over it, and it smells divine. It gives me a little bit of sinus problems, but I'm all right. I really rather have the fruit than worry about the sinuses, right? Um, in my thought processes, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, if you know this, they say if you eat honey that comes from something that you're allergic to, that it helps make a better immune system to that. Yeah, it is. It is so beautiful. I was coming down the street and I'm going, wow, I can't believe how massive that tree's gotten, and all those blooms are just gorgeous. Um, so I think that it might be able to boost my immune system and be able to get me so that I don't have this nasal drip all the time. Thanks. Um, and on the same hand, I'll be able to have pollinators that will pollinate whatever I'm growing. Um, because there's not near enough pollinators. Um, I have tons of um, things for them to um, pollinate. You know, flowers and such like that. I grow flowers in my yard too, along with the fruits and vegetables and stuff. So I'm kind of excited about that. Um, Not anymore. I'm not any closer to getting my raised beds than I was the other day when he cut the barrels in half. But I'm really tempted to go out there and make one. I swear I hear somebody walking up to my door. Hang on. Sorry, guys. In this neighborhood, you have to watch. And I don't want to have to hurt somebody. Yeah. I am, I've got so much going on that I really don't have time to go out there and do it. But we did get I talked about this in the Sunday update. We were able to get one more panel put up on the fence. I know that doesn't sound like much, guys, but if you knew what we had to go through to do that, just absolutely taking out the two posts that were there literally took us all day. My ex-husband just, he put, I think there was like 3 or 4 different sizes of bolts, and they were overkill. And I mean, he must have had 3 to 4 bags of concrete on one pole. He didn't want it to go nowhere. I was noticing I have collards growing now. Yes, I have collards growing too. Um, and a lot of other little seeds that's popped up. Um, I got some beans growing, some tomatoes have popped through, purple turnips, all kinds of neat stuff. Hey, that's okay. That's quite all right. Thanks, Teresa, for coming on over. Um, just hanging out, talking about things. I don't think I gave you. I don't know if I let you know that I talked to Christy or not, but Cindy is doing a little bit better. Um, and I guess she's got something going on in her shoulder. They've drained fluid, and pray for the staff to be nice to Christy and to Cindy. And um, I know that's a hard job dealing with family that's already emotional, but it's even harder for a person to have to deal with a nasty person in that field. So please pray for Christy and Cindy. So it's such a beautiful day. I might get out there and plant some more seeds. I need to get some more seeds growing. And I don't know. It's always something to do. Wow, I don't know how I did that. That was a seed. Talking about seeds. I missed a cherry seed. That could have been awful. All right, Pete. I'll see you when you get back. Um, I'm just waiting to see when the dog delivers the puppies. How many she has. My next door neighbor's wanting to get rid of his little dog. I would take it, but I take everybody's strays. But she's having puppies, so I don't really want to take another dog in. He says housebroken and everything. But the way they bark and carry on through the fence, I don't think it's a good idea. She really misses Fred. But I'm enjoying having those little chicks, man. I sat out there for a long time and watched them. And then I didn't know what to do with myself. I guess I could have come in here and watched TV, but it's so much more fun watching the animals. And I stood out there yesterday watching the bees just pollinating all the little flowers. I guess I'm a daydreamer, huh? Sometimes it's just nice not to put anything in your brain, just watch and smell and love the things that God's made for us. I'm a little deep today. Yesterday was a really cool day, being Ashley's birthday, but um, it was also a little hard on us because Linda was such a vital part of our life, and she took care of Ashley whenever I was in school. I mean, school when I was in work when she wasn't in school, and I'll tell you, it's hard. It's hard when you're doing things and you're so used to having her around, and she's not there. It's kind of weird. That's why I'm so concerned about Christy. It's hard taking care of somebody that's disabled, but it becomes such a part of your life that it's hard to get over it when you lose them. Um, and I think that had I been in better mental help, um, and hadn't given up on life pretty much. I mean, I was still hanging in there, but when I had my heart attack, man, I'm telling you, it wasn't uh, long after. I think it was about a year and a half, 2 years. I don't know. Sometime after I lost Linda, I was heartbroken. I mean, heartbroken. And because she was my best friend, buddy. I mean, I'm telling you something. Um, I had her when I was 17 years old, and she lived for 33 years. You just, I was a child whenever I had her, even though I was grown up and, you know, um, I was always much older than my age mentally. I really wasn't there. I really didn't get anything, really didn't understand life at all until I still don't understand life. I can't say it till anything. So it's been crazy around here. Um, I'm looking forward to the exercising, getting out there more. I think this week I'm going to take the kids back out to the beach and walk the beach again. Hi, Big Dreams Homestead. Welcome. I think walking on the beach will make it really super cool. Give me a little bit more strength in my legs. I'm still going to therapy. He upped the therapy a little bit more, and honestly, even though I had therapy and I walked afterwards, I still feel like I think it helped. So we'll see. I don't think I was doing enough or something. I don't know. You know, when you get an injury or something, you kind of baby it, and I was probably babying it. Um, so there's really not. It's hard on the kids when you take them to the beach right now because there's not a whole lot of shells for them to play with or pick up, and Lancey Pooh's scared of the water, so he'll grow out of that. They always do. But so I'm gonna do that. And I don't know if I told you when I was talking about the bees. They have a bee club here. I don't know if they have them where you're at or not. Um, but they have a bee club here that comes in on Thursday nights, the first Thursday night of the month, and we're going to start going to that and get to know some of the beekeepers and um, find out how to go about having bees. I want to do it the right way instead of trying to do it under the radar. I don't like doing things under the radar because you never know. Somebody just might, you don't want to spend all that money and invest in all that, and then somebody tell you can't have them. Yeah, did I tell you, Teresa, that David took me on a date Friday and we went to a bee class and then out to dinner? I don't know if you were, I don't think you were on here yet when we were discussing that. It was so much fun. Even though I got stung. They really don't do nothing. I got a little spot on my leg where it got me. And I did not know that we were going to be actually working with bees. Duh. I should have known. So I went in my flip flops and my um, what do you call those half pants? I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. I can't think right now. I don't know why I can't think. Um, and they were crawling up on my. Um, hey, the red shed. Thanks. I hope you're having a nice day too. So it just crawled up my leg, and at first it was okay, and I just let it crawl there. I probably should have whacked it off whenever it wasn't, but um, when I moved my leg the right way to look at it a little bit better, it decided, the little worker bee decided to sting me. So it probably would have been a lot better had not one of the guys that did the lecture went and swatted him off of my leg, and the stinger was left behind. Capris, yes, that's what they are. Thanks for putting that up there. Hey, Christy. Thanks for joining us. I was telling them all about Cindy earlier. I've never been stung, but many in our family are allergic, so I have a healthy fear of bees. Well, you know, I'm allergic to wasps, and I was really afraid, and every time I get stung, I'd run to the hospital. But unless that person goes into anaphylactic shock, you're always going to have some type of reaction from them. You're welcome. You're welcome. We're all praying for her, and I appreciate you keeping me updated. So what we did with my leg was, some of y'all know, David dips Copenhagen. So he gave me part of his dip, and I put it on my leg. And I didn't even get a whelp as big as a mosquito bite. It just never did develop anything because that sucked up all the poison out of it. Now, it would have probably gone away completely that day, but when my grandson saw the Copenhagen on my leg, he knocked it off. So, anyways, it got knocked off there. So now I have a little bit of I don't even want to say it's red because it's not red, it's pink. And it's a spot about that big. It kind of itches a little bit, but it's not anything major. But if you get after them with tobacco immediately, you ain't gonna have no problems. And that's what I do now when I get stung by wasps too. He gave me an old can of Copenhagen that was a little dried, to put on stings and stuff like that, and that's how we treat them. And I just haven't had any problems with them treating them like that. So it's been much better on me as I'm older. When I was a child, we had a chain link fence all the way around our yard. I lived over in Merritt Island, and the grass would grow up in that chain link fence. Well, the grass had grown up probably about that tall. I'd say about a foot and a half, somewhere in there. And I would go through with a pair of scissors and loppers and there were the other things that look like scissors that you chop them like this. I don't know what they're called. They're a hand tool. But you'd have to use regular scissors, paper scissors, or office scissors, whatever you want to call them, in the actual fence, chain link fence, because the other things were too big to get in there. So, sorry guys, my battery is, I'm having trouble with this plug-in. Um, I would love to have bees, but I spend a lot time alone. Not much help if I got badly stung. Yeah. But Christy, they don't. Bees are. A lot of people are mistaken, and they think that bees are like um going to swarm and get you. Well, that's not unless you've got the killer African bees. They don't act like that in regular beehives. Um, I could have been out there um, in shorts, and they still wouldn't have bothered me. The reason why I think that this one actually bit me was because I was standing in front of its door. Number one. Number two is I flexed my leg in a way that was sending it messages that I was going to hurt it, I believe. So I used to pick them up. I mean, I still will pick up a bee and put it somewheres. Um, they don't um, they don't attack you unless they feel that you're going to hurt them or threaten them. Um, cool. Hi, Vernon. Nice to meet you. Glad you caught me live. Um, so the it's always been my experience. When I was a little kid, I used to play around the hives. Dad, my biological father, he raised honeybees, and when he would open them and stuff like that, he'd give us a little piece of the honey cone, and we would suck on that and just have a wonderful time. I never ever seen the bees get uh, irritated. Now I I have to say that the beekeeper made a lot of sense that we were watching because um, he said too much smoke can make them irritated. So he just hits it like one little puff and um, he waited. And he didn't wait for them to totally scramola. He didn't try to force them down so where that they were like not coming up to where he wanted to get. You know, it was really a very nice experience, and I'm um, looking forward to going to the club meetings so that I can get to know these fellows a little bit more. Um, but yeah, I even when I was a kid, we used to get them in the car, and my mom would pull over so I could let it out because you know they can get lost. They have if you allow them to ride in your car, they will get lost and they will die because they can't take care of themselves. We had bees on our orchard I grew up on. Only stung once when I stepped on one. Yeah. Now, I've never heard of anybody being stung by a bumblebee, but I ran out the door here one day and to get in the car. It's when I was doing home care, and I was running late for a patient that had to go get a bath before they went to the doctor that day. So I ran out to my car, and when I did, I stepped on a bumblebee, and it stung me. And you talking about somebody being allergic? My foot went from this big to this big. I couldn't even put my shoe on. So that was kind of miserable giving somebody a bath with a big old swollen foot. And after I took care of that patient, I went to the office and showed them my foot and ended up having to be home for 2 days till the swelling went down. Yeah. So it's other things that sting me that really give me a fit, but I'm excited. Now I am going to have to teach the children that they need to stay away from them. But they stay away from them whenever they're here. They're in my mango tree, so they don't really bother the kids. I'm looking forward to those really, really. It's just been one of my dreams to come true. I can still remember it as a little child eating that honey cone. Oh, so good. And honestly, I don't know what it is. The honey that I get from the stores and stuff, it don't taste the same. I used to get honey from somebody down in Palm Bay that had an actual beehives there, and they were in the middle of a orange grove, but I haven't gotten it from them in years, so I haven't had any real good honey in a long, long time. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I just absolutely love watching them. It was like watching my little chickens that just hatched. I love watching them, and I love watching bee pollinate. I love watching the birds coming in and eating the stuff. I want to put out what's it called? I don't know what they're called. The little sugar bath thingies for the hummingbirds. I want to do that too. Let's see here. We used to buy firewood honey from a guy down the street. So good. Oh, that sounds good. Most honey from stores are not 100% honey. True. They make some kind of syrup or something. I buy honey from a guy about 5 miles from us. Oh, cool, Teresa. My grandmother would only buy clover honey. That's all she wanted was clover honey. I'm like, okay. But yeah, crazy. So, anyways, I've been on here an hour, guys. I appreciate you all joining me. Had a great lunch. Ate it all. And yeah, I just wanted you all to see, 4 ounces is a pretty good amount of food, I think. And I'm full. LOL, when I put honey on Cindy's toast, she tells me she's not a bear. That's cool. Well, guys, I'm going to get off here, but before I get off, I'm going to say a little prayer. If y'all want to join me, I appreciate it. If you don't, that's okay too. But I have some people I want to pray for. So here we go. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this time that I've had with my friends, talking and getting to enjoy conversation with other people who think on the same terms as I do. I pray, Lord, that you bless them and their families. I want to lift up Cindy to you, Lord. Christy's sister. She is in a lot of pain, and she's got infection and just a lot of stuff going on in her body that I know you're the great healer, Lord, and you're going to heal her and keep her from being in pain, Lord. She's I'm sure she's a beautiful person, um, and just by the comment about her not being a bear just absolutely tickles me. She's special, Lord, and you give us people like Linda and Cindy and um, Brooke and people like that. I guess Brooke went to the hospital this morning. Um, so I want to lift him up too in the prayers, Lord. I pray, Lord, thank you for giving us people with those beautiful talents of showing us love that's unconditional love. I pray, Lord, that you um, also um, I think James' friend was named Brooke too, that was in the coma. I pray, Lord, that um, I get to find out how that person's doing and that their families and everything is handling things well and able to cope, and if they're still here, that that person's going to get better and come out of that coma, Lord. I pray, Lord, that you give special attention to Teresa's mama. Let her have peace and not so much pain, Lord, and help her mind stay clear and uh, that maybe Teresa will get some freedom so that she doesn't have so much time spent on everything else instead of herself. She needs time for herself too. I pray, Lord, that she can make time for herself. And I just want to thank you for the friendships that I have met here and that we are growing to know each other more. I pray, Lord, that another friend of ours, Holland, he's in a lot of pain all the time. I pray, Lord, that you bless him and take that pain away. I ask these things in your name, Jesus. Amen. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I hope I see you again here on my Monday lives. And don't forget now I have Wednesday night lives too. Wednesday at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I'm not asking or begging or anything, but if you need to buy something, go through my Amazon link. It would greatly be appreciated. It'll help me out. And I'll talk to you next time. See y'all later.